he goes on, if you look on 34, well, 33 and 34, according to, this is at the bottom of 33, according to the Gospel of Luke, why do Joseph and Mary go to Bethlehem?
Isn't it because I don't have to.
Why do they go to Bethlehem in Luke? Because they're in Nazareth and they go to Bethlehem about the time Jesus is born. It says right here, or maybe it doesn't say right there. Yeah, it says on 32. Sorry, I was pointing you to the wrong page. The last part on 32. Caesar had a census that was related to taxes. So he had to go to Bethlehem to pay taxes because it was like his technically hometown. Now, what's the problem with this? The problem is that we got pretty good records of what Caesar Augustus was doing, and there's no record of any such census like this. Right? So they're referring to a census that appears not to have taken place in Luke. In addition, King Herod was slaughtering all the newborn children. Do we have a historical record of that? No, there's no record of that. And that's the sort of thing that you'd expect to have a historical record of. That's the sort of thing you would expect other authors at that time to talk about, but we don't have other authors talking about that. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. A guy is killing all the newborn babies. Right? That's like 9/11. If you guys 1,000 years from now had records of what people were saying in this century, you would hear a lot of different people talking about 9/11. You'd hear historians talking about it, news people talking about it, people writing about it in their diaries. I'd expect if King Herod was killing all these newborn babies, we'd have some sort of account left of that event, but we do not. Also, in Luke, when they get to Bethlehem, what happens? They have trouble finding housing. Do you guys remember that? What happens?
There's no room in the inn. That's why they go to the inn.
Yeah, there's no room at the inn, but an innkeeper says you can sleep in my barn, basically. Now, what does it say in Matthew? It said that the 3 wise men came to Joseph's house in Bethlehem. It refers to Joseph's house. If he has a house in Bethlehem, why are they living in the barn when Jesus is born, right? This is another discrepancy. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, Dana, is that the passage that you pointed to, you could say, well, one of them's got half the story and the other one has the other half of the story, but there seems to be some problems with both stories, and especially with, like, do they have a house in Bethlehem or not, right? That's a problem to say they have two sides of the same story. It seems to be different stories there. Now, this is a bigger question. Aren't I supposed to be neutral as a professor? Is it neutral for me to go around attacking people's sacred books? Is that a problem? Am I not doing my job correctly by pointing out contradictions in the Bible because I might be attacking someone's faith?
It wouldn't be neutral for you to, like, preach either.
Wait, what are you saying?
Like, it wouldn't be neutral for you to not attack. To, like, teach it.
I think I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
If I taught the Bible in such a way that pointed out that it's not inherent, I'm not being neutral. But if I taught it that it was inerrant, I would also not be neutral. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like, if I taught it inerrant or not inerrant, either way, I'm probably going to make somebody upset. Dana?
Are you also just like giving us like the facts and like
But in this case, what we're calling the facts seems to infringe upon people's faith.
You're not telling us to, like, feel a certain way about it or follow a certain.
Maybe people's faith are infringing upon our facts.
Okay. People's faith might be infringing upon our facts. That's an interesting way to put it. So for you, I'm being neutral as long as I don't tell you to follow either way what we're talking about.
Standing up there saying you have to follow, or this way is the better way. You're just pretty much telling us, like.
Well, aren't I presenting the idea that there are contradictions in the Bible is a better way to view the Bible than this other way?
Yeah, but. When you just read it, you know that there's so many contradictions, so you're not really like.
So you're saying that the stuff I'm teaching is so much a matter of fact that I should be allowed to teach it even if it infringes upon somebody's faith because their faith isn't based on the facts then.
Because it's not just like some of the contradictions and stuff that we're learning about. It's not just like little things here and there where it's just a little. There's some pretty significant different things about it. So if you just read it, you know that it's obviously different.
So for you, what I'm teaching is so obvious that, yeah.
So obvious, but when we compare them like that, it's a pretty significant difference in some of the.
You know, there are, there are different types of evangelical Christian Bible scholars, right? There are some Bible scholars who are also evangelical Christians. Some of them would say, yeah, Ehrman's right about a lot of this stuff. And they would kind of separate their faith out from their reading of the Bible. But then there are also evangelical Bible scholars who would say Ehrman's completely wrong about all of this. All those contradictions you point out are capable of being reconciled. And Ehrman is distorting the Bible by trying to argue that they are contradictions. Now sounds like you wouldn't be persuaded by that you think that Ehrman's pretty right about some of these things.
It's not like you're standing out there taking something that's common, all three of them, completely trying to like make something that's not of it and explain it differently.
Okay. I'm curious about what other people think, right? Do I have a duty to be neutral? And if so, is that what I'm doing or is that not what I'm doing? Do I not have a duty to be neutral towards different people's faith?